account is also streaming. I'm hiding in my bathroom. Hold on, where's the gift? Someone please send it. Oh my god. Caspa Queen! Oh my goodness. If you're not feeling too shy, hopefully not after the Caspa experience, I would love to hear about your little CAS world tour that you did because I went home to Romania after the Caspa experience and you were just going everywhere. Everywhere. I want to hear about it. If you're feeling up to it, I'm not sure what time it is for you. If you're feeling up to it, please come up on stage and talk about it. Talk about your experience at the Caspa experience. Things like that. Our honorable MC, Caspa Queen.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm great. I'm great.
It was so much fun to get to meet you in Berlin.
Yep, the same vibes in person too, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, and yeah, and I just kept going with my whole little world tour. I had so much fun. I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna extend my vacation and go.
So where did you
Um,
go? Like, give me the roadmap. Essentially, give me your
well,
white paper of the Casper World Tour.
okay. Well, first of all, I was like, oh, I want to take a train ride. It would be so much fun to go visit my friend in Spain. And I'm talking about this like at the after party and stuff, and everybody's like, "Do you know how long that's going to take you?" You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like here I'm thinking everything's so close. You know what I mean? It wasn't what I was thinking. I was like, okay, well then, what could I do? I was like, oh, I could take the beautiful train ride to Amsterdam, and then go to London and check out Wolfie's Bar. And I met people in Amsterdam, Visual Eye included, and it was just we had just so much fun just continuing the
Hmm.
CASPA discussions. Um,
So jealous you got to
so
go to
yeah,
Wolfie's. I want to go to
oh
Wolfie's
my
so
gosh,
bad.
it was definitely so much fun. Those guys are so great. Um, so yeah, and just getting to meet everybody
Hmm.
is so wonderful. Like I feel like we have everybody has that like instant connection, and you have somebody to like geek out with about Cass.
Yep. Yep.
Like, because I start talking and everybody's like, "You're speaking a foreign language," and it's
I
like,
know.
okay,
I
I'm
know.
trying to be really clear. You know what I mean? Like I'm practicing the dumbing it down, well, not
Yep.
dumbing it down, but making it so it's manageable. So yeah, so then I came home and I wanted to do one here, but I know Ashton's been busy with stuff with
Hmm.
his family and
Hmm.
getting the cat bridge together, which is so fabulous. So
Hmm.
we definitely have to have one here, but I ended up having for work. I had to go to Sacramento, and
Oh.
I didn't know anybody in Sacramento, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I put it up there, you know what I mean? Like who I could get to join me for dinner.
Yep.
And people drove in, you know what I mean? Like people drove in from 2 hours away. Like it
The
was it
community's
was
unmatched, huh?
fabulous.
It's awesome. It's
Oh,
absolutely
we
awesome.
had we had so much fun talking to I got to meet the youngest Nacho holder,
The
and
youngest.
she's absolutely adorable. Yeah,
Oh.
I think she was 8.
Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
so I don't know if there's younger, but she, you know what I mean. She was a holder. Um, so it was, you know what I mean. It was for everybody. Everybody
Yeah.
brought girlfriends and family, and you know what I mean. Like it was just. It was a lot for you know what I mean. I would have sat in my hotel room and had dinner. You know what I mean. It was a work trip. It wasn't like it
Yeah.
was anything special. You know what I mean. I was literally there like for one meeting at 10 a.m. kind of thing. Um, but yeah, so I'm just now I'm like, oh well, wherever I go, um, and just you know what I mean, even if it's like unplanned or if it's planned, you know what I mean, just
Hmm.
putting it out there and seeing if anybody's around. Like I feel like we're
Hmm.
all over, so maybe you
Yep,
know
we're a little
somebody like
sprinkled everywhere. A little
close.
bit of Nacho and Cass sprinkled all over the globe, for sure. And once you start traveling,
Yeah,
you realize it because when I first moved to Romania, I had no idea that Caspador and them were out here. I had no idea there was like a Romanian Caspa group chat, and there was a
that's
bunch
so
of
awesome.
Caspians over here. It's super cool. So I fully agree with you. Once you start traveling, they're just popping up like the nodes right now. It's just a bunch of people everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And yeah, so I definitely want to have one here in Los Angeles. And then I'll be home for Christmas. So if anybody's in the Northeast in the tri-state,
Hmm.
I will be I'll probably have a party then.
I'm probably gonna be in the tri-state area around Christmas time as well.
Are you really?
That's my home. I'm from Pennsylvania, so I want to go spend time with the family over there.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we're still getting together. Oh, we got to figure this out.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, because
Oh man.
I'm home for longer um than normal because my friends are always like, stay for New Year's. You know what I mean? I haven't
Yeah, yeah.
stayed for New Year's since it was 1999. You know what I mean? But I actually am this year, and I'm staying through my birthday. So that will be. Oh yes, we gotta have definitely. Now we have to plan something fun. This was just an idea I put out there. Um, and I know Chad was going to help me with some marketing
Oh,
for
Chad's really good at
the
that,
two.
man. Oh my
Oh
gosh,
yeah, he was
master of
like,
his
"You should
craft.
give me some notice." You know what I mean? But here I am, like, I find out on a Thursday. I have to leave on Tuesday. You know what I mean? So it
Hmm.
wasn't like there was much time.
I think
So,
another thing that's just like magnificent about this community, and it reminded me of it, just you talking about it, is how it pushes and creates new connections, and it pushes the boundaries of what you think is possible for yourself. And I know we had a creators call, and before the Caspa experience, when we were still in the planning phases leading up to it, before we flew out to Berlin, we were saying we need an MC, and we all immediately said Caspa Queen, right? And you were nervous, but you pushed the
I'm scared
boundaries. Yeah,
shitless.
but you pushed the boundaries of what you thought you were capable of, and you did even better. And that's beyond the token, that's beyond the tech. That's just downright self-improvement. That's just realizing
Yeah.
what you're
Oh,
capable
yeah.
of, and what you can do if you're brave enough and the right people, you have the right environment around you. And that's one of the things I love about this token and this community so much, is that we push each other to be better, and
Mm-hmm.
you
And we
know,
lift each other up.
yes,
Everybody was so supportive because I was so scared. That was not, you know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to talk in front of like a couple people, but there were a lot of chairs,
yeah,
and there was most of the time it was like standing room only, and I was like, oh my god, this is so many people. Like,
yep,
I keep trying to listen to those live videos, and I can't even get past it because I'm just having trouble listening to myself. But I know I've grown so much. You know what I mean? Like, here I want to
yeah,
critique it and make it better for next time. Um, and it just got me thinking about, because pre-COVID, I used to do a whole bunch of meetups, and like I should be doing, you know what I mean? I so enjoyed all that kind of stuff,
yeah.
and it got me remembering all the fun. So
The best
yeah,
feeling ever.
thank you, you guys. That really,
Thank
and just
you.
getting to meet you guys all before, like, it gave me, like, I probably would have sat there and not spoken to anybody if I had just gone by myself, but it like forced me to, everybody was coming up and saying hello, which was so fabulous. Like I needed that because I'm not the type of person who goes up to people. Um, but yeah, so
I will say though that like a special feeling is like, especially for me with a military background, we're always told to do shit that we do not want to do. We dread it. We have all this resentment,
mm-hmm.
like I don't want to do it. But the feeling of doing something that you thought you couldn't do, or you imagined the worst case scenario in your head, that feeling afterwards is a feeling only achieved getting out of your comfort zone. And again, I keep telling you
Oh
over and
yeah.
over again, I'm super proud of you. Super proud of you. You did amazing.
Well, thank you. Yeah, just the whole, because I've been trying to say yes. Like, if I feel like the universe is just telling me, I'm just like, okay, I'll do it. Like, and people were saying, oh, you'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, you can run a meeting, you can do, you know what I mean? Like, everybody was like, oh yeah, you could do it. It's all in your head. So like, but your head, you stop yourself from doing so much, and it's good to just be able to say yes and go for it, and yeah, get out of that comfort zone, and improve upon I feel like we're always evolving,
Yeah, 100%.
always trying to do better, and it was so much fun getting to bring everybody up, and yeah, some amazing speakers.
Yep, and I always bring up this story whenever people doubt themselves. I always bring up this story. I read this book called Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maxwell, okay? And in the book, it talks about a surgeon, Dr. Maxwell, and he would have amputee patients, and after the surgical removal of the limbs, these patients would still have pain in limbs that don't
Oh
exist.
yeah,
They would get prescribed medications.
phantom pain,
Yes, they would get
phantom
prescribed.
limbs.
Yes, they would get prescribed medications for pain on body parts that don't exist. Your mind is so powerful that it can
Mm-hmm.
create pain on something that is not on the planet. So what happens when you use that same muscle, the brain, to believe that you can do things that everyone else thinks is not possible? It all starts with how you
Right.
think about yourself and the things that you want to do. 100%.
It right, and it just shows that planting those positive seeds in your mind, like it really does help. You good the self talk, the positive talk is so good for you because you have to
Yeah.
hear what 10 positives to counteract one negative or something like the it our we're wired to always remember the negative.
Yes. Yep.
Uh, and you just have to focus on the and just the whole Caspa experience just gave me such a positive and just such a high from it, and I'm
Yep.
just like I'm not giving it up. Like I want it to continue.
Mhm. I
Oh
know, and I'm excited to see where the next one is because it's going to be every single year, Caspa Queen. So we're going to see where the next one is. We're going to have to start planning it shortly. Time is already flying, so we're going to have to start prepping that one shortly.
yeah, oh definitely. Because I've already talked about going overseas for next September, so we got to pick a place. Although I guess it maybe here in the U.S., which Austin would be fun.
Ooh, yes, it
Um,
would. I would
but
appreciate an
yeah.
excuse to go back to the U.S. I miss my Chick-fil-A and my creature comforts of the United States.
Oh, geez. I got behind the Chick-fil-A line the other day.
I
I thought it was the light, and it was no, it was everybody going into the freaking drive-through.
worked there for
Oh,
two
so gross.
years, and the food never gets old, Caspa Queen. Every single break, I'd have my chicken sandwich, cheese, extra butter. I'd put bacon on the sandwich, and every time I'd sit down to eat that meal on break, it felt like the first time again. There's something about that food. It's just unbelievable. Love that job.
Jeez.
Let's see. I see Zeal
Yeah.
reps in here. I see Full Face. I see Goon Boy. The Zeal reps themselves are beautiful partners. Welcome, gents. If you guys want to come up and talk about your Caspo experience, what it was like for you guys at your booth as well, that would be excellent. Temper Art, Norman, welcome. I saw you in here as well, Paul G. Tree Brother, hold on, I'm getting my shrooms from the cabinet. Oh my gosh. What is this building? What? They built some big building behind the CFA. What is it? What'd they build? Can't wait to go back to the tri-state area. And it's really interesting, Caspa Queen, that you're having your Caspa World Tour, and I should be there, God willing. I should be there, um, December timeframe. That's what I'm hoping. Would love to see my family for the
Okay.
holidays.
Yeah, because I'll be there like the last 2 weeks of the year.
Okay, okay, sweet.
So yeah, we definitely have to do something. And I was thinking, should I be doing multiple? Because when I'm home, I'm like all over. So I'll probably be in New York City. I'll probably be in, what I mean, like, I yeah,
I'm
I'll be
definitely
all
gonna
over.
be in
So
New
I
York
was like,
City.
I gotta figure out where, what I mean, like maybe we do a couple. At least put it out there. Whoever
Mhm.
wants to come.
All you have to do, Casper
Whoever
Queen,
wants to
is
come to my
you could yeah
birthday
you could just
too.
summon them. You just make an X post, especially if you're wearing a
Yeah.
cast shirt, and the Caspians will show up. It's that simple.
Right.
Awesome.
Right.
It's like the ultimate buddy system.
Oh, totally. Oh, I love it. I
Yep.
love it.
Yep. Bananas in here. What's up, man? The SR said no chit chat, please. When? When what exactly? Also, me and Chris briefly touched bases on listings, and on behalf of the Nacho Creator team, me, Chris, Ashton, we have signed two NDAs. I would love to talk about them, but just pay attention. It was in the same sentence as listings and NDAs. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. It's really exciting. That NDA is also for our biggest exchange. You guys didn't hear that. Chris is not here, so I can't get in trouble. Yeah, Chris is not here, so. Wait, do you guys hear something? I didn't hear anything. No, no,
So
didn't hear anything.
exciting.
No idea, didn't hear
Didn't
anything.
hear anything. Earmuffs. Can't
I
wait.
didn't hear anything. Oh my goodness. Also, if we have anyone else that wants to come up, Sir Wingster, Goomboy, stop being shy, mate. Bloke, all right, stop being shy. Full face, man, love the Zeal mods. Those guys put in serious work. They help us a lot. DSR, don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Last time I tried to drop some info, I got burned, okay? From people in here, okay? Indirect but direct shots. I tried to drop some alpha before, and I went to the creators chat, and they're like, Dan, you said this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying to work with you guys here, so please work with me. Work with me, please. It's okay, Anna. I love you. It's alright. You're great. I love all of you guys. It's okay. Oh my goodness. See best friend in here? Welcome. Dan is alright, tree brother. Okay. Okay. I'm on my phone. You know that you know that shit don't work on here. Sorry, goon. Sorry, man. Tree, if you're feeling up to it, if you could hop on stage, tell us a bit of your paramedic adventures because that is a seriously heroic job and I have the utmost respect for what you do, man. Especially coming from a firefighting background, what you do is awesome, brother. We have literally a community of heroes. It is the biggest flex ever. We have a respectful community that's always plugged in. We're very comfortable with each other. We've talked many, many times. We show up, I say good morning to you guys more than my own family members sometimes. Okay, I say good morning. I'm active here a lot. And honestly, I consider many of you guys like family at this point because this is a very special journey. It has its ups and it has its downs, and I know we're feeling it. I absolutely know we're feeling it. But obviously not financial advice, but I believe the best times are ahead and they're soon.
Oh, the
I
future is so bright.
I agree. Jules said, "Guys, God bless you. I gotta go because my boss caught my ass. GG's." Cam, don't get fired for pause vibes, man. It's gonna be recorded. It's gonna be recorded. Thank you for stopping by, brother, and God bless. Have an awesome day, bro. Have an awesome day. Love Cam, man. Cam is a very good friend of mine, and he was actually one of the people that was with me when we came up with the idea of Nacho in 2023. And me and him were, we were starting our DeFi and crypto journey. We were learning about different tokens in the space and stuff like that. And me and him, we actually were able to catch the ETH token Pepe 2 weeks after it came out. And there was a manic, crazy pump on Pepe like a month after it launched. Okay. And after this, I was using Uniswap at the time, and I swapped my Pepe back into ETH and it was like $500 of Pepe for the one transaction. And when I got my ETH back, I got like 250 bucks because there was so much activity just from Pepe alone, which was insane. And I remember talking to my friend Cam here. I was telling him, brother, like, if there is a meme on Cas, because we were messing around with KDX wallet at the time. There was no Caspium; it was just the web wallet, and we'd send Cas back and forth, just talking about how it's a proof of work, how it's so fast. And we were talking about like what would the meme be? And upon researching Shy, Jonathan, Mike, and stuff like that, I saw the picture of Shy with Nacho on his shoulder, and from then, in May 2023, I knew that Nacho would have to be the first and most important meme token on Cas. Has to be. And as time progressed, I met Ashton, I met Chris, and stuff like that, and the KRC20 protocol launched. And we already had an established good friendship, and we were like, all right, what's this token going to be? What is this token going to be? And I was waiting for it in my back pocket, and I was like, it has to be Shy Wyberski's cat. 100%. It just has to be. And now we're here. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy. So, a lot of people were involved. Like even, me and Cam were just tossing out ideas. Like, you know, we wanted it to be a dog because dogs are very successful, but we wanted it to be something personal and intricate to the Caspa ecosystem and the devs that show that we pay attention that extra amount that other people aren't. You know, because no one was really thinking of that at the time except for unfortunately Dark Lord's not in here. Dark Lord did have the idea as well later on. Me and him always go back and forth. Me and him always go back and forth. No, I made Nacho first. I made Nacho first. But he did also have the idea. So shout out to Dark Lord. I know he's not here right now, but shout out to that guy. Awesome community member. And this is the cat cycle. Yeah, it's interesting how that played out, Anna. It's really interesting. Temper, shoot the question, man. Shoot it.
Oh, it's the perfect mascot. Who doesn't love a cat? That
Yeah.
the cat sucked me in.
Yep.
I got in crypto Twitter because of Nacho. Like you guys, like for a long time, I only did like the Discord. You know what I mean? Like it was very minimal, and then Nacho came around and totally sucked me into the ecosystem.
Yep, I remember minting. I was in Hawaii at the time when the mint went live. Not the first one. That was a disaster when we became Castware support team in the Discord.
Oh, but you guys were so helpful to us. You know what I mean? It really set the foundation because I had no idea what I was doing, and you guys were there. No, because nobody else was answering any questions.
I
You know what I
know.
mean? Like, and it was all such a new experience, and it really gave you trustworthiness. It's like, okay, you guys got us. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
whether it's your problem, I can always, no matter what question I have, I know I can go into the Nacho, you know what I mean, help chat and ask any question about anything, and you guys will help me.
Yep.
Like, you're just so fabulous.
I appreciate it. We try our best, and is I just every time I go to another Discord, I go to another Telegram and stuff like that. I'm always reminded of how good that we really do have it because there's so many disrespectful people or people that just, they're not as polite and thoughtful of how you're feeling or how the day is and stuff like that, not saying good morning or, just basic customs and courtesies and that stuff is like ingrained at the root of our Discord and I love it. I love the respectful and enthusiastic audience that we have. But I want to get to Temper's question here. He said, "What is the core community strategy for attracting users from the outside, the existing Caspa fam?" So essentially, he's saying, how are we setting out to accomplish breaching the Caspa echo chamber? Um, this is a good question, and I saw the biggest initiative of this when Chris came up with the idea that since the event is in Berlin, we can hire a college student. We can have a college student give out flyers to the Caspa experience. And this did work because I had to onboard many new users. I had to help a lot of people at the Caspa experience download the Castle wallet, right? We were trying not to have the Caspa experience just be the Cas fam experience. We wanted to onboard a whole bunch of new users and fund their wallets so they can go and spend and see the transaction, the capabilities of Cas, and then follow up their introduction to Caspa with speeches from people like Christian Ludwig. I don't know if any of you guys saw that speech that he had. It was absolutely amazing. Amazing. Seeing it in person was just extravagant. Loved it. But that was our first real attempt at setting up well, actually it's our first event, right? Our first event that we hosted. And personally I think it went very, very well. You guys can critique it all you want, whatever you guys think. But that event, we want to see more and more of people that are not into crypto or not into CAS attending these kinds of events. And again, shout out to Chris. Shout out to Chris because that was his idea, and it was really important because we could always talk to each other about how amazing Cass is and how amazing Nacho is, but we're all here because we know that. So if everyone here attends the Caspa experience, again, it's that echo chamber. So Temper, I to answer that question, we're hosting things like the Caspa experience. We're building utility on Caspa. We're trying to create tools for people to build and see Caspa for what it's capable of. Hopefully that answers your question, brother.
So in Berlin, I met one of the students who won a ticket to the CAS experience. Like he was so into it. He was like, "I never knew about this."
Yeah.
And then my one of my favorite things was watching you on board that the catering girl
Yes.
who was
Yes.
asking all these questions. You know what I mean? Like you were
Hmm.
so thoughtful and like taking the time, and like she was like all into it.
Yep.
So
I'm getting
it's amazing.
serious when I get
It
a
was a
piece of
lot of
paper.
fun.
I'm getting serious when I get a piece of paper and I start drawing a diagram of the DAG versus a traditional
Right.
blockchain. I start explaining, the hash rate, the nodes and everything. I start explaining it all because I really do love this. And even when I was in the military,
And
I
the
used to
passion
have yeah,
shows.
yeah, thank you. And even in the military, I would host classes. I would speak over the loudspeaker and say that I have a class in like 20 minutes on blockchain technology and stuff like that. And I would onboard and educate everyone on CAS. We had to download Test Flight at the time, and because Caspium wasn't on the App Store yet, I had to download Test Flight for everyone, get everyone Caspium, and we were ping ponging one CAS around, seeing what it's capable of, showing the confirmed blocks and stuff like that, and trying to teach people what this technology is and what is a solution to. And I think that kind of education is really important for people, especially in the military, because a lot of my brothers and sisters in the military are extremely underpaid. And to have assets that can counteract inflation and monetary misuse is powerful, especially at that age, because I consider myself young, 23, and knowing this kind of stuff early to hedge yourself against monetary misuse is really important for the long term. Wow, full face. Wow, you're trying to get me in trouble, dude. Everyone's trying to get me in trouble. What is this? Imagine. Please, one of you guys, come up here and talk. Stop being shy. Stop being shy. Casper Queen was our MC, and she's our first star right now on Positive Vibes episode 28. So, if one of you guys want to hop on, please, please do. Looking at you, full face. I know you have a lot to say. Wink- Winkster, you're the goat, man.
Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to talk for much longer because I'm actually getting ready to go meet Kara for lunch,
Oh, awesome,
or I guess
awesome.
Kara. So yeah, because she lives an hour from me. So continuing the experience.
Yep, yep. Continuing the experience. It never ends. It never ends. As long as you're in cast, it never ends. It just keeps getting better. 10 blocks per second, 32, 100 blocks per second. We're just getting started. Lies, full face. Lies. It was hilarious. People going up to full face guys at the Caspa experience in Berlin. People were going up to full face and they were like, "Oh my gosh, are you Lewis? It's a pleasure to meet you." How many people? How many people full face asked you if you were Lewis? I was calling him Lewis face. 50 to 60 people. Lewis face. Oh my gosh. Hey Lewis. Oh my god, Goonboy was on it too. Hilarious. Also, if you guys have any questions regarding Cat Bridge, Moonbound, any of these different products and developments that we have, please feel free to submit them here. And if I don't have an answer for them here, I will be able to get them for you guys as soon as possible, for sure. Let me see, 10
When I
minutes
first got
left.
on the call, you were talking about cat bridge for the KR721s.
Yep.
Can you repeat that? Because I
Okay.
only got half of what you were saying.
So
We can now bridge them.
yep. Well, not yet. It's not live yet, but Little Ann also asked
Okay.
first, "Hey, what wallets are we gonna use?" I always suggest Castle and MetaMask. The least amount of problems. All the users have had a great time just using those wallets for the Cat bridge, and it should be the same and no different on the 721 bridge. I tested the
Yes, it's
721
been
bridge.
super easy
Yes, I tested the 721
once you
bridge.
figure it
I
out.
used Castle. I used MetaMask. Seamless operation. Transactions were really fast. Went through, and my wallets popped up on both, or my NFTs popped up on both sides. Obviously, when you guys send NFTs, the same way you import Nacho tokens, you're going to have to import the NFT ID as well. There's going to be a contract address for the NFT ID, or the NFT, excuse me, just like the Nacho token contract address. And then you're going to input, for example, if you sent over NFT 1534, okay, you would click import NFT. Obviously, you would select the Casplex network, and then you would put in the contract address for the NFTs and then the number of your NFT, and it will show up in your wallet. At first, I sent it and I was like, "Oh my god, did I send it into thin air?" It was there. I just couldn't see it yet. I had to import it. So, Castle Wallet and MetaMask, ladies and gentlemen, that would be the easiest way to do this. And you could import NFTs not just one at a time, but up to 10 in one transaction. And I know that was a big thing because there's a lot of people in here that are holders of many, many NFTs. So you won't have to do one by one by one by one. You could do batches of 10. You could do 5, 4, 8, 9, whatever you'd like, but maximum is 10, minimum is 1.
That's awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Let me see, catch up with the chat here. One NFT bridge. Trust me, I want the NFT bridge to release too. It's not like I can just test a bridge and stake all my NFTs, guys. Like that's not how this works. I can't just do that, right? I'm waiting for it to release as well, for sure. For sure. Let's see. Oh my god. Bro's trying to get me in big trouble. If you guys have any more questions, please send them. Send them. This is what this is for. This is nice because we get that direct connection, direct communication, and there's no like getting lost in the messages. I'm not at the phone at the moment or at the desktop at the moment, so I'm here for any questions that you guys have. And if anyone would like to speak and talk about their experience with the Caspa experience, with CatBridge, if you have any ideas, even just ideas that we can implement and talk to the dev team about, it's good stuff. Sounds good, Little Ann. Thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure. Little Ann is the Nacho sweetheart. Have a blessed day, Little Ann. Thank you. Yes, the update for Castle is only for iPhone user. According to their post, it's iOS. I'm not sure if everyone in here heard about that. Shout out to Tree Brother. He brought this to my attention to announce to you guys, and I will double down on it right now. Um, Castle Wallet on iOS is undergoing an update, and the update is not going to allow the wallets to stay logged in. You're going to have to import your recovery phrase to log in. Your funds will not be lost unless you do not back up your recovery phrase. So if any of you ladies and gentlemen are using Castle Wallet on iOS, please back up your recovery phrase. They said that this update will be pushed in about 2 weeks, and they said that a couple days ago, around 3 days ago. So keep that in mind. Spread the word. Even if you don't use Castle on iOS yourself, please talk about it and get that awareness up because the worst thing ever would be for a Caspian to have worked so hard to accumulate his cast and he just happened to be the person that had no idea. And with the market sentiment right now, not everyone is the most plugged in. You know, in times like this, people like to put their phones down. They like to put their technology down. They touch grass, okay? That's what a lot of people do for their mental health at this point in time. So if you guys can spread that information, post about it, talk about it, remind other people. I might make another announcement again. If Castle makes a post about it again, I will do that. But shout out to Tree Brother. Thank you for that call out, man. Really good. I've been away for a long time and I don't understand properly how to stake Nacho and why I should stake it. What's the pros and cons? What is the rewards? And how much is the rewards? I just been holding since mint. Well, luckily, you have Goonboy and Fullface in here. So I don't know why I can't see your full username. It says streamer mode is enabled and I can't turn it off. But um, this is all done on ZealSwap, which we are partners with. We are partnered with ZealSwap. And you would have to bridge your Nacho from L1 to L2 using the cat bridge. And you could stake to earn rewards in the liquidity pools for Nacho and receive X Nacho. Um, Fullface and Goomboy, I'm not sure if you're in the Zealous Telegram. But Goomboy, if you're here or Fullface, if you could please provide the link to the Telegram, that's completely fine. I want everyone to be in the right chats for the right questions because eventually it gets to a point where I can't even answer the questions anymore, especially on behalf of Zealous. There's so many developments to keep track of between, like when we were working on the Castle Experience, Moonbound, all of that. There's so much going into it. So Sky Green, appreciate it. Thank you, Sky Green. You are goaded. Also, you've been away for a while, so I'm not sure if you've seen the roll react button. We have a roll react channel now, and I suggest reacting to all the rolls. We have a ZealSwap chat with the ZealSwap mods in this Discord as well to answer those questions. Since we are partnered, it only made sense that they were here as well to answer those questions. Sky Green never sleeps. I agree. I agree. Never ever. Yep, no problem, man. No problem. And obviously, like, cons or risks are like, they're not self custody, they're not on your tangent. Things can happen with liquidity pools, or, God forbid, Dex is getting hacked. But those are not unique cons to ZealSwap. This is a vulnerability that, any of these DeFi platforms, Uniswap is susceptible to hacking, PancakeSwap, stuff like that. But ZealSwap has been audited, and it was very good. The results were very good, and it seems to be chugging along very well. So, risks from that point is up to the person staking to assess the risk. Obviously, you don't want to, not financial advice, of course. If you want to stake your whole nacho bag, half of it, how much you're willing to risk, quote unquote, right? So, I hope that answers your question, brother. Vidar is here, our faithful moderator. What's up, Vid? I never knew how to pronounce it. Is QNE? Is it one or just QNE? How do I pronounce that? Is it pronounced? Doesn't Zealous have 2 million in insurance? Yes, Zealous does also have an emergency fund. Good call out, Bufflink. They do. You can check their get book. You can see the tokenomics completely. They do have an emergency fund, which is very smart. And this is a good point, Bufflink, because a lot of people give these platforms shit for having pre-allocations or the tokenomics not being in full circulation. And the Caspa community is a double-edged blade, right? And me and a lot of Caspians talk about this. It's a double-edged blade because we want fair launched and we want all the tokens in circulation. But when it comes to funding business operations and working and creating platforms and stuff like that, it can be hard. And you see time and time again, people show up to X and they say, "Hey, we can't continue." Yeah, I agree, full face. It can be done, but it's really meticulous. You see people on X, they have great business initiatives and ideas to build on Caspa, but the same community that pats you on the back for doing it fair launched will also be the first people to criticize you when you say, "I can't afford to continue what I'm doing anymore." So we need to normalize and understand that within the, layer one space and stuff like that, there is a lot that needs to be done behind the scenes with funds, and fair launching it can make it a lot harder, right? And then it all boils down to, is the team doxed? Do we know the team? Have they spoken before? Things like that. Doxing is super important. Doxing is super super important, and that's why in Nacho we had no problem showing our faces. No problem because we have nothing to hide, guys. We're a part of the community. We are one. See, you can't have a fair launch for a Dex. Yep. Yep. 7.5 mil zeal in the insurance fund. Yep. Also, Scape, thank you for the heads up about the microphone audio. We keep talking about this, but I have to no shit fix it. It's been a while since Pause Vibes, and I completely forgot the last time because I had the same issue. I'm not gonna fix it here because I'm streaming my entire screen, and I don't want you guys to be bored to death with me going through and trying to troubleshoot it because I don't know exactly how to solve it. But after this, for next Positive Vibes, it will be good to go. Even if it's possible, if you could hop on a call with me and help me sort it out because you did help me the first time, I really appreciate it, man. But I'll troubleshoot it. I'll make sure it's good because I don't want to sound like I'm whispering. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. 7.2 mil zeal in the insurance fund. Yep. Sky Green is also a Zealous rep, ladies and gents. So if you have questions regarding Zealous, Goonboy, Full Face, Sky Green are the gentlemen to ask. We all do, man. We all do. So, ladies and gents, I'm going to start wrapping it up here shortly. If we have any last second questions, ideas, anything like that, I just want to touch bases with you guys, see where everyone's headspace is at. I'm glad to see these awesome familiar faces show up. You guys are still plugged in. And like I said, casually rolling up to a Positive Vibes. It's called Positive Vibes, guys. We've got all of you guys in here with the market sentiment and extreme fear. You guys are champions. This is the stuff dreams are made of. All the people that wish they could be a part of the crazy euphoric highs and all the extravagant pumps and stuff like that, all the people that wish they could be a part of it are not the same people showing up to events like this, being attentive and being vigilant when everyone is scared. We're all paying attention and we're all in sync with each other, and that's a huge deal, guys. Yep, they're awesome. Cat Daddy and Scape are excellent. Can't agree more, man.
It's
I
all
agree.
about the journey, and you guys are making it so much fun. So thank you for bringing the positive vibes to us.
Yep, yep. And I kept getting messages like, when pause vibes, when pause vibes. And you know what? Pause vibes is more important in the extreme fear. This is what it's about. This is when the real value in positive vibes really does show, because we get to update you guys on what we're building, but keep that cohesion and sentiment up. Because a lot of people, this is their first time. They're unsure what's going to happen. There's fear, uncertainty, doubt. But we have a group of people that are willing to pick each other up to the left and right of them. And that's why I love it here, man. That's why we're having pause vibes again. That's exactly why we're having pause vibes again. Yep, no problem, Anna. Looking forward to the next one already, man. Love you guys. Always gives me a breath of fresh air to speak to you guys. Like you said, Cass McQueen, it's one thing to talk to people about cast I don't understand, but the cast troopers at the front lines, the castronauts, it's great to talk to you guys for sure. Yep. Everyone have an awesome week. So with that being said, this is going to conclude Positive Vibes episode 28. Thank you so much, guys, for showing up. I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm looking forward to NFT staking already being live by the next one as well. So please pay attention to announcements. If you guys have any questions, we have an NFT chat as well. We have a bridge chat as well. We're here to support you guys and answer any questions. So thank you so much, everyone, for showing up, and have a good week.